Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Helen Keller. When I was younger, I worried about the future. How will I live in society with respect? How will I maintain a desired standard of living? How can I make my parents proud if I can't fulfill my dream? All of these questions flooded into my head without a clear answer. I was skeptical of the future, but I know I'm not the only one who feels pessimistic. In April 2012, the United Nations published the World Happiness Report. It was done because happiness was considered to be a proper measure for social and economic progress. Recently, a new report was published in 2024. Using a life evaluation index, people give ratings based on how they feel about their current and expected future lives. It revealed that the younger the generation, the lower the expectations. This means that young people, especially Gen Z, is losing hope and confidence for the future. Born in 1997 to 2012, Gen Z is currently between 12 to 27 years old. Known for their digital nativeness, Gen Z had the whole world on the palm of their hands. We are still young and have limitless potential. Because of that, we will soon shape the future for the next couple of decades. However, in the past few years, people have labeled us as a pessimistic generation, known for always expecting the worst. The future's in our hands, and yet we are also the ones who are least optimistic about it. This kind of attitude not only limits our potential, but is also very dangerous for our own mental well-being. It's not hard to see why Gen Z is so pessimistic. Many Gen Zers, including myself, experienced a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic where we were all conditioned to an isolated environment. All of this clashed with global disturbances and an uncertain economy, adding to the already dreadful situation. In just the first year of the pandemic, more than 3 million lives were taken away due to the virus. Millions of people lost their jobs, industries are struggling, and the economy is dying. The average inflation rate as of 2022 reached a staggering 8%. This was the highest number since the early 1980s. Can you imagine just how much suffering every family and every child in this world had to endure? It was devastating. Ladies and gentlemen, although it's been a year since the pandemic officially ended, its effects are still deeply embedded in our lives. Many of us are confused, lonely, or concerned about the uncertain future. But I ask you to take on a different perspective. No matter how much we worry, no matter how much we think about the problem, nothing will change. A pessimist will continually circle around that problem, but only an optimist will find a solution. Right now, you might not feel capable of dealing with the future challenges. But that person existing in the future will be none other than an experienced you. Worrying about it shows that you lack trust in someone who will exist as a more mature and adapt version of yourself. It is assuming that you won't be strong or smart enough to deal with the hardships you will be facing, which is wrong. As I quote from Martin Luther King Jr., "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you must keep moving forward. As we move on in this post-pandemic society, I urge you, Gen Z, to embrace optimism. It isn't about ignoring our problems. It is about recognizing them and believing in our ability to overcome them. Once again, I remind you that we are labeled as a pessimistic generation, which is why I urge you there, to prove that we are not just a generation marked by hopelessness and struggles, but we are a generation that holds on to resilience, connection, and a brighter tomorrow. Thank you.